Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, guys, I want to talk about a very unpopular opinion. You might not like this one. I want to talk about being an introvert and embracing the solitude that comes along with it. You see, when you're an introvert that has solitude, you're like an animal, a wild animal in its natural habitat. You could be like a cheetah or a lion or a giraffe in its natural habitat. You're at ultimate peace. You're at ultimate peace where you are. This is your little zone right here. This is your little zone, and you don't want to be taken out of your zone. Otherwise, you go insane. Anxiety kicks off. You get all antsy. You get angry when you drive in places and all that. Yeah, that's called being an introvert. You see, I didn't realize what an introvert was until I was about 19, 20 years old, and I'm telling the truth. The solid, honest truth. I just thought I was, a hermit growing up. My friends used to knock on the door, do. They would ask my mom when I was a kid, "Is Matt home?" "No, he sleep." Next day, Tuesday, do. "Is Matt home?" "No, he playing his game." Wednesday, do. "Is Matt home?" "No, he sleep." It got to a point when I was 17 years old, right? They got to the point when my friends would stop knocking on the door asking for me because I would either be asleep, writing poetry, playing my video game, or listening to music, or working out in my room. That's it. That's all I would do. I steered clear of all the nonsense. I was drama free completely. When I say drama free, some days, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could go back to those days. I truly do. Because I deal with so much at my job. I swear, this person don't like this person. This supervisor don't like the other. No one seeing eye to eye. Everybody got secret beef with each other. And, it's just the workplace politics. It's normal. But when I think back to my life when I was 17 years old as an introvert, I was at peace. First off, I'm going to be honest. I had a Sega Genesis, a Nintendo 64, and an Xbox 360 all in the same room. I was at peace because I could play any selection of any games. If I wanted to go back in the 90s, I could. I also had a PS1 in my closet with all the PS1 games. I had a PS2 my buddy gave me, like, the day I got my Xbox 360. My buddy said, "Hey, I got two PS2s and I was going to trade one in, but here you go." I had every console I could think of. I played Kingdom Hearts. I played Mass Effect on the original Xbox 360 and everything. Like, bro, I was content. I had Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis. I was absolutely content. Very little to no social interaction. I mean, I went to school. I had classmates. I had a summer job. I had to deal with people. And I was okay with that. I was absolutely okay with that. But I didn't have a lot of drama to deal with. I had peace. And I know my neighbor's dog is barking in the background again. I do apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. But when you're an extrovert, you're the complete opposite. You have to be seen. You want to be heard. You go to every party that you're invited to. And I know I stumbled there. Bear with me. You go to every party that you're invited to. You take X amount of pictures for Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, just because. And I'll probably edit these dogs out. If not, you'll just hear them barking in the background. Sorry about my neighbor's dogs. But anyway, long story short, that's just how an extrovert is versus an introvert. The problem was, growing up, I had extrovert friends while I was an introvert. You see, when you're an introvert, you have that private time to be exclusively locked into your own creativity. You have that private time to exclusively be locked in to what you're passionate about. You have that free time to do what you love to do. And I felt like my friends were yanking me out of that little zone. I mean, I wasn't aggressive about it. I wouldn't trip on them about it. I would always go along for the ride. I would, go along like with the jokes. I would, have conversation with them in the car. But man, oh man, I couldn't wait to get back home and embrace my solitude, embrace my poetry, embrace the music I listen to, embrace my video games, embrace my bed, embrace my peace. Because that is what made me happy. And I'm not gonna lie, low key, I was at complete peace by myself. I mean, there was a year, I think it was 18, 19, I had no friends, none. Low key, none. Not a date, not friends. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of feedback like, oh, if you don't have dates, you don't have friends, that can affect your mental state and all that. That was back in 2008, 2009, when the world really wasn't focused on such things. Not saying mental health isn't important. It is very, very important. But back then, you didn't care whether, what someone thought about your opinion or not. You didn't care about, oh, this person don't like my music. This person don't like my clothes. This person don't. You didn't care about those things back in 2008, 2009. There were different times. I would like to say when the world made sense. When the world made sense. But anyway, long story short, I sat back in my room when I was 19 years old. And I contemplated to myself. I said, holy cow. I have no social life. Like, I need to make some friends. I need to get out and make friends. And it was a social experiment for myself. So, I leave my house. Boom, 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 boom. Go around the corner to the city, by the city park, and because it was in Hunting Park, and you had to catch either the C bus or you catch the 4, which is going up Broad. I think it was not Broad and Whitaker. You know what I mean? And that was to the shopping mall by the airport in the Northeast. But anyway, that was the last stop for the 4. But anyway, you either caught the 4 or you caught the C bus. So I catch the 4 bus. Sorry, the 4 bus going downtown because I wanted to go to the gallery. The gallery doesn't exist anymore, sadly. The shopping mall doesn't exist. I was there last year visiting a family, and I saw that the mall was gone. I said, man, that broke my heart because I grew up at that place. But anyway, I go down to the mall, and I'm walking through the little, area where the water fountain is, and I noticed that everybody had somebody, whether it was a group of friends or whether they were on a date. You would think I would have felt sad. I felt absolutely at peace just walking around. I had a pretzel. I went to, the pretzel shop, got me a little pretzel, got me a little, cheese to go with it. And I was at perfect peace. I was completely content by myself, being out and about. But when it came to going outside and crossing the street and all that, going to the Mitchell and Ness store and all that, because I like to peruse. Although I'm an introvert, when I go shopping, I like to peruse. I like to take my time. I like to look around. I like to go to different stores. With or without my wife, with or without my kids, I like to peruse. That's just how I am. So what I would do is walk around and see what's for sale, check out shoes. I do have a shoe addiction. I used to have a boot addiction. I used to love Timberland boots so much, and I still do. I still have a special place in my heart. And Now I have a sneaker addiction. I don't know what it is. It's just a hat and a sneaker addiction. But anyway, back when I was 19, I was walking downtown. And I was just checking out the scenery and everything. And there was so many people on Broad Street. I was just like, ugh. You know what I mean? And I was just cutting through crowds just to get away. And I ended up walking so far. I went from City Hall to Broad and Hunting Park in a matter of a few hours. Because I had my headphones on. I was listening to music and everything like that. I had my little iPod Touch too. And I was listening to my music and I was just walking and everything like that. And I ended up walking that far. You would think I would catch a bus. Nope, I just kept walking straight up Broad Street. So I got to Broad and Hunting Park. And then I ended up walking through the park. Walked home. Got in my grandma's house. That's where I lived at when I was like 18, 19. And because I didn't get my first place until I was like, 19 and a half, going on 20. And I got my first real job around then too. Because I was always like working little side jobs when I was like 18, 19. And I think when I was 20, I got that one job at Olive Garden on Roosevelt Boulevard. And that was my first real job. But anyway, long story short, I get in my grandma's house, right? I locked the door. The only one lived there at that time was me. And I just was like, oof. Because my grandma, she was in a nursing home at this time. And my mom was living with my uncle for a short time. And my other uncle, he was in and out of a nursing home too. Not to, stay there at the nursing home, but, for rehabilitation purposes because he had knee surgery and all that. So I was at this in particular time, I was at that house by myself. And when I got in the house, I locked the door. Took a breather. Closed my eyes. Tuned out all the noise from the city. Went upstairs. I cut my game on. I cut on the Xbox 360 and I cut on Mass Effect 2. When I was just locked in, y'all. I was just locked in. No, it was Mass Effect 1. Sorry, guys. I was playing Mass Effect 1. And because at this in particular time, I didn't beat the whole game yet, And I was just like locked in. And it's crazy because even though I'm an introvert, I love to travel. It's weird. I'm not an extrovert. I don't have to be seen. I really don't have to be heard. I really don't want to be in crowds. But I like my peace and quiet. Hold on. Sorry about that truck. Hold on. Apologize about that. Somebody was driving a truck down the street and it was a super loud muffler. Don't get me wrong. I love loud exhaust because I'm a muscle car fan. But yeah, not when I'm recording. But anyway. I cut my game on. I played Mass Effect 1. And I was just exploring different planets and everything. And going to different locations on that game. And like just traveling in the Mako and all that. Just having a good time playing my game. And it's crazy. Because like I said, I can explore. In a video game or in real life, I can go out and explore. But I'm an introvert. I love my solitude. I love my peace. My wife these days, she'll ask me, oh, babe, you're always sitting in your car, either podcasting or recording, YouTube videos and everything. And when you're not doing that, I notice you'll have your headphones on and you'll have your eyes closed and you'll be at perfect peace. And I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to my worship music, my worship instrumentals, and I'm just enjoying the peace. I'm enjoying being in the presence of the Lord. And just being at peace. Because when you have a house full of kids and you're an introvert, once again, you don't have that peace often. You don't have that peace often. And my kids, they like to hang out with their friends, and they're always in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And it kind of drives me bonkers, but I deal with it as a parent. It's normal. So, with that being said, I'll go sit in my car and have my perfect peace. right now. Take a listen. You hear that? Besides the dogs barking, what you normally hear. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so sorry about the dogs barking in the background. But anyway, I just sit in the car and I enjoy my peace. Because, like I said, as a parent, a podcaster, YouTuber, and a husband, and a father, don't get it much, So I like to embrace the solitude. Even at work, I don't socialize with nobody. I'll say my hi, hey, what's up, Also to cover myself. I know you heard of the CYA policy. I don't like to cuss, but I say CYB, cover your butt. You want to cover your butt at work because being everybody's friend, like socializing with everybody, is not really going to get you anywhere. Hold on, guys. I don't want my light to cut out. Give me a sec here. So, you want to cover your butt. You want to really be mindful and cautious of who you socialize with. And if you're that's if you're an extrovert. If you're an introvert, you have absolutely nothing to worry about because we don't really like to socialize anyway. We're just there for the paycheck. We're there to get our little 8 hours in. We do our 8 and slide. We do our 8 and skate. We don't really have the time to socialize, bump it up, you know what I mean? Like, be all up in somebody's face. I don't have the patience for it, for one, and I don't have the time. So, if I don't have the time, there goes my patience right then and there. And being an introvert, that patience goes from right here, because when you're an extrovert, your patience is up here. When you're an introvert, it's about here or right here. And with me, my patience is a little lower because I dealt with a lot of crap growing up. A lot of crap in relationships. A lot of crap with friends. A lot of crap with jobs. So my patience is just about nearly gone, for the nonsense. But that's why in this video I explained I embrace my solitude. My solitude is my serenity, my peace, my tranquility, and I protect my peace. I don't have time to argue with a fool. I don't have time to argue with anybody. I don't have time to really be around people half the time. I'm an introvert. And it's just what it is, My wife was like, will you ever stop being an introvert? Nope. I don't think so. She tries to, take me out, when we go on dates and everything like that, and introduce me to this person, that person, this woman, this couple, this friend, and she'll meet some of my coworkers. If we're out on a date or whatever, I run into a few of my coworkers out on a date. I'll say hi to my coworker, his girl, or whatever, or his wife, or whatever, and they'll say hi back to me and my wife. But other than that, we don't socialize, and it'll be a, hey, what's up, hi, you, it's good, and be on our way. And my wife asked me, will you ever stop being that way? No. I am at peace with embracing the solitude. And don't get me wrong, y'all. Don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being an introvert. An extrovert. Sorry, guys. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being an extrovert. It has its perks and its qualities. You know people. You know what's going on in the scene. You know things. You get discounts at certain places. You know the scoop about anywhere you're traveling to because you already, 9 times out of 10, already know somebody who lives or works at those locations. So you know what's up. That's what it is when it comes to being an extrovert. But us introverts, we might know a thing or two, but we stay to ourselves. And that's just how it's going to be. That's just how it's going to be. Because I believe, this is just my opinion, you can have your own, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's opinion should be valued. But I believe when you're an introvert, you really keep the nonsense to a minimum. You don't have time for the BS. You don't have time for the nonsense. You don't have time for the kid games. The more you stay to yourself, the better off you'll be. My uncle used to have a saying. My Uncle Ty had a saying. The less people know about you, the better off you'll be. And that perfectly describes what an introvert is. Now I want to thank you guys for tuning into the video. I do apologize for my neighbor's dogs. They're constantly barking at night, but it is what it is. I just record around it. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you did, hey, smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you really enjoy the content on this channel, hey, feel free to check out the next video. Like, comment, and share with whoever in your life, you know what I mean, who is an introvert or an extrovert. And tell them what you learned from this video or show them the video and everything like that. So anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed evening, week, month, day, and year. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.